The Ugly Duckling. Once upon a time there was a mother duck who has hatched her eggs in her nest. A few days later, the eggs began to break and beautiful yellow ducklings were born. But there was a bigger egg that was taking a while to break. The mother duck was very worried and decided to lie down in the nest and brood on it for a few more days. Then the big egg broke and a chick was born that was different from the others. He was bigger and gray in color. The mother duck didn't know why he was like that. The little brothers mocked him, calling him ugly and didn't want to play with him. One day, the mother duck called all her children to go for a walk in the pond. The ducklings followed in a row. The ugly duckling was last. His little brothers constantly turned around and made fun of him. The ugly duckling grew sadder and sadder. When they arrived at the pond, the mother duck threw herself into the water and the ducklings did the same. The ugly duckling was a little hesitant, but the mother encouraged him and he went into the pond. At the end of the walk, the ducklings called the different brother ugly again. He then, very sad, left wandering through the forest. On the way, he found a farm and decided to take shelter, because it was winter and it was very cold. He saw a doghouse and went inside. But the dog didn't like it and kicked him out. He then went to another little house. It was from the rooster that also kicked him out. With no place to take shelter, he continued to wander cold and hungry. A farmer saw him so weak, very cold. He picked it up and covered it with his cloak to keep it warm and took it home. There he had shelter and food. But on that farm the chickens and other animals didn't like him either and called him ugly and weird. Time passed and the ugly duckling grew and became more beautiful every day. But he didn't know he was pretty, he thought it was an ugly duckling. One day, the farmer took the duckling to a pond. Hidden in a bush, he admired some beautiful birds swimming in the lake. So, one of them saw him, approached and said,
"Hey, come swim with us."
"No, I cannot. I'm an ugly duckling."
"No, you are not an ugly duckling. By the way, you're not even a duck. You are one of ours. You are a swan."
The ugly duckling didn't believe it. But the swan insisted and he reached the edge of the pond and saw his reflection. When he saw himself, he was amazed because he was just like those beautiful birds.
"Yes, I'm a swan."
He was very happy. He joined the other swans, playing and swimming in the lake. Then they had a beautiful flight together.
Tengo que ir a ver a mi familia, luego vuelvo,
said the ugly duckling. He flew until he found his brothers and mother. Upon arriving there, everyone was amazed at its beauty. The little brothers, repentant, apologized for all the harm they caused him. He excused them. The ugly duckling, now a beautiful white swan, said goodbye to everyone and flew to meet his new friends. Some time later, some children had a picnic with their grandfather by the lake.
Look, Grandpa Peter, what a beautiful bird.
It's really beautiful. It's a swan.
The swan, once considered an ugly duckling, smiled happily.
Hi little friend. Did you like the story? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Goodbye.